Okay, hi everyone, welcome. I'm Malav, and this is my paper assignment 19, or we can say let's say this is about Brunch. Brunch is a build tool which can be used to make new projects and see soil, get the supports for plugin for automatic updates and other automation required while making a website application for an HTML, basically website or a React application for website and much more. It is a JavaScript more package management, or let's say it is a build tool, okay, which can help us to pipeline the make work experience or cut for it for a product, for a typical market application. Okay, so why I chose Brunch because it is a dead simple, easy to understand. It has only main three commands and very few easily understood options. So I'll just start with my presentation. Okay, so uh, okay. Brunch is a very fast and front-end web build tool with a simple declarative config and seamlessly compilation for rapid development. Okay, so why Brunch? Small configuration, three simple commands. Okay, productivity and the happiness. I mean, it's very productive in terms of it easily be configurable and well understood. Many plugins, more than 70 or what's a plugin, and very many skeletons are basically structure predefined for a project purpose. So let's say I want to create a React type, so I have a skeleton for React. You are using CoffeeScript, SAS, or any other else things, there may be a skeleton for all of them, and I just have to install that skeleton using a new project with that skeleton, and all the dependencies and the node modules will be downloaded automatically when we run a single command. So Brunch was built for two things in mind: speed and simplicity, and you will find the typical config of Brunch application in order is very simple compared to rest of the build tools such as Webpack, Gulp, Grunt. Okay, then the time it takes to put the fresh compilation, it's really fast. The only other changes will be reloaded and rest files will be put in a cache, so it will not be really needed to recompile those again every time. So only the changes will be affected every time we change it. And we have a watch. So I'll just go through all of them one by one. So we will just install the Brunch globally because we have just use it to start a new function. We don't have to specify the config for special locally. So we have the first command, Brunch new, and that takes a project name and a skeleton. If we don't provide it, it will be start with a simple skeleton, which is nothing in terms of anything, but it's just like npm init with some files defined in it for the simple like app.js and the initialization.js, which is also defined in the project directory. So it will create a new directory called project, and then making a directory, it would just git clone the skeleton, which are the required files, and starts the downloading dependencies. And for this we used ES6, so we can it already comes with downloaded settings for Brunch Bible, which is used to provide the settings in the Brunch Bible, which is already set for us. So we really don't need to config that much, and we can just start writing our ES6 code, and we will get an output in terms of ES5 code, which will be supported by all of the browsers. And we further in it we can, so let's say this is the ES6 skeleton structure. So we have a readme ending happening on here with this is where we keep our source code, and all the files in assets will be copied into the public folder as it is, same to same, without any changing. But anything else without outside of the assets in the app directory would be compiled and combined into a single JS or a CSS file. And if we are using SAS or anything else, it will be compiled into as I first compiled into I'll meaning appropriate CSS mail versions of them directly into and combined all of them, even if there are multiple SAS files or any coffee scripts on anything. Brunch config contains the configs for Brunch, which can be used to change the name of the, let's say, app.js is not only the JavaScript file I want to make for the build. Okay, I want to some another JavaScript file which is also a version. Let's say my website is running two different web applications, and one application is app.js and another is a second application for the certain user. So we can change that over here, and we will can set the preference by which the JavaScript will be the combined with simple regular expressions. We have node modules with the don't modules down. Package.json is what describes the plugins we have downloaded from Brunch. We download special plugins for each of them. So we have Brunch Babel, Brunch Coffee, Brunch yeah, React, and many more things like that. The public is the output folder which will be used. So we'll just write some code. So I'll just show you what I have written. But it's a written not nothing much more, but I written something called squarish.js, which is square.js is just, let's say that it gets an input value and gives the squared value into another input. So that's just a simple function, easy to understand. It just later listens for on change event on the input, and it will just perform the square of them whether there is still change detected. So we have here, you can see I have two different file and I have initialize.js. So initialize.js I said requires square, so it will just require this everything written over here. And if it is exported, if I just write yeah, x module dot exports is equal to function called square, then I use the same thing. Then we can use the syntax for require. Let's say here let square is equal to require, and we'll just use the similar functionality as provided in the node. Okay, in the browser, for the browser. So here we can see, but now let's see, I have used some ES6 syntax over here, but let's see what the app.js looks like. Okay, so I made a production version for the output. So here you can see that, but I'll just prettify it. So okay, there we go. It will minify, uglify where the things. And see, I have used the initial, I have used some syntax for that, but it just it will be hard to find over here because it is so minified. So there may be something we can see here. Okay, okay, here we go. So we use something for the ES6, but it just transpiled it for return like function e.d. So the square was something like num star num is equal to say something, but it just converted to rt is equal to function e star e. So it just uglified and minified it. This was a production build. I will not save this. Okay, so here we go. What's more to say? That will be linked to the compiled file, and we can, yeah, I explained. So branch.build is the command we used for to make the build, the second command actually. And the third command is branch.watch. We use this to start a server that listens for any change. It recompiles every time it is run. Okay, so we shall run that command. So we have Brunch dot watch, Brunch watch server. So it will just compile it. Oh sorry, I need to cd project. Okay, I then command out of the tab project. So we will start again. Brunch watch server, and it will work fine. Simply it says compiled 4 files into 3 files, for 4 files. Why? So we have 1 2 and 3 4, and it compiled it to apps, app.js, app.css, and index.html. So index.html is just actually copied, it is not compiled. And we will see the browse in the browser. I started the local server. It's a wrong port number. So there we go. See where it is, and if I change is detected. So let's see. I'll write over here. Squarer is now a cube. Okay, so we shall get the cube value. So if I type in 3, we get 27. And now I just want to go back to squarer because I don't want to mess with. And that's 34. But okay, see, I have 9 over here. So it just changed live for me. So this is good for development for JavaScript based web application. Live reload functionality is available to us. Okay, and we can stop here with control C, and yes, so it will just stop. And I'll again just minify like branch dot build hyphen p to make a production version of it. And it will just again change the public version into a minified version, else it will be a big one. So that's it. We can just go. Best feature I like is, I just explained it, the browser functionality. We can use require, import individual modules of the codes. And there are many plugins and skeleton used to, so we can jumpstart our project. And more than there's nothing. But the main reason I have chosen this over the others, like I forgot some names, but I seen many of them, such as you just here over here. Uh, okay, I know, no problem. Okay, hi, Browserify. There was Browserify has some problems, like it compiled into a module similar to this, which we used as JavaScript, but I didn't like the some functionalities, or it was difficult for me. Brunch was simple, lazy, and powerful enough for jumpstart any project. So I'll end my presentation over here. Thank you.